This is the video review of the Digimon Fusion Transforming Digi-Fusion Loader Metal Greymon figure, and that is just as hard to say as you think it is. Now, when I reviewed the Shopmon x3 figure of the same line, I mentioned that I did not like this shape of Digivice. I don't like this Digivice. I know it's not a Digivice, but it's a Digivice. And the reason I mentioned this is so you know, I have a bias against this figure. I don't like this alternate mode, so that affects how much I like the overall figure. Now, I do like this figure, and so if you like this Digivice, and then you basically like the way he turns into, how the Metal Greymon transforms, you're going to like this figure more than I do. That's the only reason I'm bringing this up, just so you can have some perspective on my opinion about this guy. Now, having said that, this version of the Digi-Fusion loader is much better than what we got on Shopmon x3. Because Shopmon x3 had lots of gaps on, like from the back, it was obviously just robot junk. Here, the only thing that really stands out as being kibble from his Metal Greymon mode is you can see the undersides of his feet here. You can see his cannon right here, and you can see two more cannons up here. And that's it. Otherwise, this is very clean. Honestly, this one, if you wanted to, you could see this as like a cell phone antenna or something, even though cell phones have not really had those in years, so like an old style cell phone. So anyway, this is pretty nice. The transforming is actually quite cool. You fold this up, bring the sides of the loader out like this to give him wings. Fold this down, and yes, he is kind of a shell former, but he wears it well. You pop out the legs like this, bring this up to form his chest armor, fold his tail back to give him his tail, and here you can see male Bergemon's head. Bring the feet down like this, and around, and then bring his arms out of the wings like this. And this one kind of sucks because you have to pull his claw out. The only thing that makes it feasible, because it's hard to get, you can't really get a fingernail under it. You have to press down on it really hard, and then you'll be able to generate friction. Thankfully, this is a kind of rubbery plastic, so it has a fair amount of friction, more than any other plastic on this guy, so you can get it out pretty easily if you know the trick. It's just kind of a bitch the first time you do it. So this is Metal Greymon, and for the most part, he actually looks pretty nice. He does not have the right posture, though. He should be leaning forward more kind of horizontal-ish, like an actual T-Rex would by our current estimates. Scientific estimates of how a T-Rex should stand. This is more of the classic tail dragger idea of how a T-Rex would stand, so it's not perfect, but overall he does look pretty good. Like the one comment I had about Shopmon x3 over here is they look like a little kid in a cosplay suit or in a Halloween costume. This actually looks like what he's supposed to be, just not perfect because he does have some gaps due to his transformation, like in the side here. Now, if you want to give him a better posture, what you need to do is you need to fold the feet to the side like this. That will allow him to lean forward a bit more. And one of the nice things about doing this is to have him stand normally, you would need to use his tail as a tripod. If you do it like this, he balances quite a bit better. Now, you need to fiddle with it a bit more to get it to work, but now you can have you don't have to have Male Bergemon's beak just hitting into the floor or have his tail real close to his body, which it ratchets out to this position too, so it's supposed to be out here. So doing this does make the figure a bit more dynamic too. The only problem with this is that his head cannot look up, so that's a bit of a shame. Anyway, this has been the video review of Metal Greymon. I would recommend him if you're really into Digimon, or if you really like just what you see here. It's been expensive at $16, so it's not for everyone. Like, if you're not really into Digimon, or this doesn't just blow you away here, I might not get it, but it's a pretty neat figure if you really want it. It's certainly not recommended. So anyway, I review Digimon, Transformers, Power Rangers, lacrosse figures, lots of stuff like that. If any of that sounds interesting, please subscribe. Down below in the video description, I have a Facebook link and a bunch of playlists. If any of those sound interesting, please click them. And thank you for watching.